What's up YouTube? Jeff back again from DopeTechDaily.com. Today I'm bringing you guys my final follow-up video on the Pixel lens flare / halo camera issues. And I thought I'd also go ahead and do a color comparison because I keep getting the question on the channel, which color Pixel should you go with? Now the last time you guys saw me, I did not have the blue Pixel yet. It's been a while since I've done a video because I've been having some things at the university, been busy with my job. But I did get the really blue Pixel in, so I want to do a quick color comparison. Had a chance to use all of them now for about almost a week in terms of each color. And I just wanted to give you guys my thoughts. Now, the black color itself is not really that black. It actually looks kind of gray, the top and bottom bezels. And of course, the back here kind of looks like space gray, like on an iPhone, for instance. So if you want a really, really black phone, this is not necessarily the one to go with, but obviously the front of it is less distracting. So if you watch a lot of media, you watch a lot of movies, YouTube, Netflix, etc., this might be the right one to go with because when you're watching movies, you know, it's not as distracting having the black bars on the side as the white. Now, I do like the black color. This is probably the one I'm going to keep when it comes to my Pixel XL. The silver is not really the color for me. I just don't like it that much. I don't like how the pane looks on the back with the white versus the silver. Some of you may. It's just not my favorite color. This is my least favorite color of all because you have sort of a boring color on the back, in my opinion, and then you also have the white front, which, as I said, can be kind of distracting when you're watching media. And if I'm going to have the white front, I'd rather have something interesting on the back, something that really catches people's eye. And then, of course, the final color here, which is the really blue. This is actually my favorite color, mainly because it's just really eye-catching and I like having something that everyone's going to notice. If you have this color Pixel, everyone's going to know that you've got the Google Pixel. There's no other phone that looks like this. And it just looks really, really nice. The blue color is a very nice blue. It's a very dark blue. It is really blue, as Google says. And then the only thing I don't like about the blue color is it has a white face on the front. I really wish they had went with maybe a blue face or even a black face on the front would look better than white because, again, as I mentioned, I really don't like the fact that when you're watching media, you're going to have the white border instead of the black border, which is a lot less distracting. Side note really quick, this backdrop right here is from the Backdrops app. You guys know I love backdrops, so right there you can see the Backdrops app. If you want this one for your really blue Pixel, highly recommend it. The blue color here, a very nice match for the blue on the back. If you guys can see that, the dark blue color on this particular wallpaper. So anyway, my favorite color is the really blue. My second favorite is the quite black. The very silver, it's okay, but it's not for me. I'm probably going to rock out with these two in the end. Going to keep the black in the Pixel XL. I'll keep the blue in the regular Pixel. All right, so that's the quick color comparison. So now I want to talk about the lens flare and the halo issues, and let's get into that really quick. So the last time I updated you on that, I said, you know, the issue itself, Google is saying they're going to try to fix with some software. I don't really feel like that's going to happen, but I want to update you. Last weekend, I took pictures exclusively with this phone, the really blue Pixel, and I took a lot of shots at night. I took a lot of shots that were kind of ones I thought where I might see some lens flare. I actually took a few shots that were through glass at a pet store, I'll show you in a minute, and none of the shots came out having the lens flare. So I want to tell you, in looking at some of these shots, this is a picture I took of a Rinky case for the LG V20. These shots, as you can see, they're very, very nice, high-quality shots, and a lot of them were ones where I had ambient light to the sides. And you'll see there's no lens flare in any of them. So the point I want to illustrate here is that if you're taking daily shots with your Pixel, this one's at night with pretty strong ambient lighting right around the fountains here. If you're taking daily shots with your Pixel, you're probably not going to experience the lens flare unless you take a particular type of shot, which I'll show you in a second. So a lot of these shots are really nice. I post them on Instagram if you guys want to check them out. Great depth of field here on this shot of my Cold Stone ice cream that I took over the weekend. Very, very solid depth of field. The Pixel camera does a great job. Here's a picture I took of my spec, Justin Mahler and, sorry, not spec, Spigen, Justin Mahler and Slick Wraps. Shout out to Slick Wraps for sending that out for my jet black iPhone 7 Plus. Here's the pictures I took inside the pet store of some cats and some dogs. You can see here you've definitely got some glare off the window, so I kind of thought that would reflect and catch the glare or the halo, but you don't see the flare or the halo in any of these shots actually. So you can check out these shots over my Instagram, but none of these actually have the lens flare halo effect. Took a picture here of the Surface Studio. I was checking out the Microsoft store. This great photo right here of the pumpkin spice Saucony. the Saucony Grid shoes, which I have. These are beautiful. Love these sneakers. These I took my theater shot, which is dark in the theater before the movie starts, so you've got minimal ambient lighting, no lens flare, very crisp quality. One of the best photos I've seen out of a phone. Here I took a photo with some colored lights out at the Tempe Marketplace. This one here at PF Chang's. All of these have ambient lighting against dark backgrounds. So the question is, if you don't see it that often, where do you see the lens flare? So I've tried hard and over again to reproduce this, and the one place that you're going to see the lens flare is when you have strong ambient lighting both on the side and or above, and you're taking a picture of something that's black, so really, really dark. So if you look in this picture here, I took two shots, maybe more prominent here. If you look in this picture here, I'm taking a picture in my sneaker room here. I've got my backpack right here, and there's some ambient lighting above and also to the side here at an angle. And if you look down here in the corner, you'll see right down there in the corner the halo effect. So as you guys can see right there on the left corner by the bag, you've got that haloing / lens flare effect occurring. So whenever you have a really dark object and some ambient light, even if it's minimal, that's on the side and or at the top at an angle, you usually catch this lens flare effect. Now, where is that going to manifest itself? If you do a lot of product photography where you're taking a picture of something that's a dark product with a light background and a bunch of ambient light all around it, if you catch the right angle, you may see this. But if you change the angle ever so slightly, you can remove the lens flare or the halo, and it's not a huge deal. So what am I telling you about the lens flare and the halo after doing a comprehensive analysis and sort of using this for a couple of weeks? I would say in 99% of your shots, the lens flare and the halo is not going to be a huge issue. Most people are not going to see it, and if you do see it, you can slightly readjust your angle to get rid of it. Now, is that a reasonable explanation for a phone that costs, $700, $850? Not really. Google should give us a better solution. Obviously, in my opinion, it's occurring because how flat the camera and flush it is with this back glass panel. And again, if you make a little lens hood with your hand, I showed in the last video, there's a lot of things you can do to avoid this. It's not a huge issue, but it's definitely a problem for such an expensive phone. I think Google can mitigate this in software, and I think they will. It's not going to completely remove it from every shot, but I think it's going to make it worth it for most people to buy the phone. And I don't believe this is a reason to hold off purchasing the phone, just because it comes up in so few shots, unless you're taking a majority of the pictures in the situation that I mentioned before. So one other thing I'm going to test with this, I'll have a review of some slick wraps coming up. I'm going to try putting a wrap on the back and see if that mitigates the effect. I'm not sure it will entirely, because I tried putting some paper. Also, Chris Chavez from Fandroid tried the same thing, putting some paper, construction paper, black around the back so there's no glare. That didn't really fix the issue entirely, even though it does mitigate it a little bit. All right, guys, so those are my final thoughts on the halo / lens flare for the Pixel and the Pixel XL. I appreciate you guys checking out the video. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy my content so I can make future videos like this. Find me at dopetechdaily.com, Google+, Instagram, and Twitter at the links in the description. I appreciate you guys checking out this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot for watching.